Hi guys, Cynthia here. I'm back to share with you some dominoes that I altered. I had received some of these fairy, they were like little postage stamp things from Letty in a rack. Thank you, Letty. She also gave me some of these Paris ones. So I took the fairy ones and some of the Paris ones and I cut them out. And I put them on some dominoes. So these are how the fairy ones turned out. Let me get them in my hand here so I can share it with you. Sorry, my fingers are like still filled with inks, but they won't come off. So these are how the fairy ones turned out. I had glittered up their wings and then glossy accented over that. And these are the little mini dominoes that have the colored dots on them. So I wanted the backs just to be plain white, so the colored dots of the dominoes are actually on the front here. But I'll get a close-up there for you, if you could see the glitter. And then around the edges, I took some pink lace and Fabri-Tac, and I just like wound it around the edges. And then the backs are just plain. So I did that to all of the sides. Or I should say all the way around. And then I had hubby drill holes in the top and then I put these in. So you can either use them as a necklace pendant or, you know, a charm, a fan pull, whatever you want. In fact, I made a necklace out of one of them. And what I did was I used one of these clasps here. I forget what they're called. But I opened it up and then I cut off these two pieces here. And then I put my glue on, you know, inside here, and then I closed it over the domino. And that's how this one turned out. Okay, so you guys can see the clasp here. I didn't put lace around this one. This one I left plain. Okay, and that's the back. And then I used some ball chain so I could make it into a necklace piece. And then I did 3 others. Letty had given me some napkins as well. And this is the napkin that I cut some pieces off of, which you can see right here. And I did these 3. After I cut up the napkin, I Mod Podged it onto the domino. And then I used my script stamp and you know, once the napkin was dry, I inked up and stamped it with the script stamp. Oh, sorry. And then I added some of this bling, and then I glossy accented it. So that's that one. There's that one. And I left the sides, you know, just plain. And I like the domino look on the back, so I just kept that. Napkins, I wasn't sure if it was going to work. But what I did was I put a layer of Mod Podge, laid the napkin on, and then I pressed it down really well. And then I Mod Podged over it, and I just set it aside to let it dry. And it took quite a while to dry. It was kind of tacky for a while. But then once it was dry, just, you know, trim the edges and sanded them a little bit, and then I stamped on them. So it worked out really well. So those are how those turned out. And then I did a few vintage type dominoes, which I'll show you guys right here. This is how these turned out. These are with those Paris tickets I showed you. So this is this one. And you see the gold sparkle, that was glitter. Once I glossy accented it, I sprinkled a little bit of gold glitter on there. I put a metal crown, and then this here is washi tape from Tim Holtz. It's the measuring tape one. And then this is black and white polka dot, or white with black polka dot washi tape. So I just did a strip here and a strip here, and then trimmed it up. And then I inked that up a little bit. And then I glued the crown on, and then I glossy accented it. And then once that was dry, I went around and I distressed it with vintage photo, and then I did the black lace all around the sides, and I kind of really like how that came out. And then the backs, instead of leaving these, I distress inked it with like a walnut, and then the blacks I colored in with this here American Crafts metallic marker. I've had this in my stash for like quite a while, but it looks really cool instead of them being like pure black. So that's that one. And then I did the lace around this one as well. Same thing with the polka dot, or the dots. And then this one I just put 2 gears on that one. And this one I just did a clock, a paper clock. I fussy cut it out. And this, I also vintage photo over it so it wasn't so white, because the washi tape was really white and black. Actually, I'll show you the washi tapes I used. I used this one. It's that Tim Holtz measuring tape one. And then this was the polka dot one I used. And then I just trimmed it. Because, you know, the little postage stamp only went so far. So I had to figure out something for the bottom. And then this one, I put the star on. And did lace as well. And then this one I stamped on it. I used like a printed paper that had word prints on it. And then I corner stamped it here and here. And then I did like this little dress form. Or corset form. And then I, for the dots on the corset, for the buttons, I used the beads in a bottle from Tulip. And then I glitter glued up the corset a little bit and then glossy accented it. And then around, you know, the whole sides here, I used my Bic Market alcohol ink marker. And it actually worked really well. It's not sticky or anything. When I use alcohol ink on these, like this stuff here from Ranger, let me get one out. If I use this stuff, for some reason it gets tacky. It feels tacky and it doesn't dry real nice like this did. So I tried the marker and the marker really worked well. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that. And I did the same thing on the back as I did with the others. I used that metallic marker. And that's how that one turned out. And then I have 2 more, but they're already being used as gifts for somebody. And the top here, I also alcohol inked. It was gold, like this one. And I alcohol inked it with the black marker here. Because when I was coloring it, I hid it because these were already drilled in here. So I figured I might as well color in the whole thing, and it worked out really well. So, and also the drill I used, because I don't know if some of you might want to know. My hubby does it for me, but he found this drill. Ooh, I'm sorry guys, I dropped you. I knocked you over. Hope I didn't make anybody dizzy. He found this drill at, we either found this at Michael's, AC Moore, or Joann's. And he picked it up, and we originally got it for wood pieces. And I said, why don't you try one of the drill bits? It came with this adapter. Okay, you just plug it in. And that's how you turn it on. And then it came with all these different size drill bits. Oop. So it came with this really thin one right here. And then this thin one. And this one. And this is the one he used on my dominoes, because I could still see some of the domino dust. And then it came with these. So it had a few different sizes that you could work with. And I don't know if they still carry these. It might be something you might want to look up on the websites of all 3 stores, because I can't, neither one of us could remember if we picked them up, which store we picked it up at. But I think it was around, hey hon.
Yes.
This drill was around what, like $28, but we used a coupon or something?
I don't even think it was that much. I think it was maybe $20 at the most.
20 bucks, and then we used a coupon. So, You know, that's not bad, especially if you want to start really, you know, drilling holes in your dominoes or your wood pieces and making those. And if you like to make your own charms, it's worth it. So I just thought I would pass that along and let you know where we found this little drill. And it's small enough that if he's not home, I can play around. I don't mind drilling in the wood, but these make me nervous. I'm afraid I'm going to crack them. So I leave that up to him. But anyway, that's my altered dominoes, everybody. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week.